Welcome back to Roy on Rescue. My name is Roy Shaw, licensed paramedic, and I'm kind of taking a little bit of a turn here. I've thought in the past that it would be wise to sometimes get interviews and let you hear, we talk about medical scenarios all the time. We get a lot of good questions from you, the students, and from other instructors about, Roy, can you explain more about a head-to-toe, how to do that type of assessment? What do you do if there's a diabetic reaction? And we also like to talk more about traumatic injuries as well, what to do to prevent them, what to do after they happen, and how to treat them so that hopefully there'll be a happy ending, much like this story that we're going to cover here. I'm here in the home of Mr. Tom Manette. He is a hobby cyclist, or you actually have done some pretty long rides, right? 24-hour marathon type rides?
Yeah, pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah, the kind of stuff that makes your toenails fall off and things like that.
But just a recreational cyclist. Really.
Okay, nothing professional level, but very enthusiastic. He's done a lot of rides. I got a little bit of a scoop on this gentleman. He's also jumped out of helicopters in order to be able to ski down some aggressive slopes. However, the difference with Tom is that Tom has participated in a lot of different emergency response medical training, and Tom hadn't forgotten that. He's implemented most of that into his day-to-day life and his recreational life, and we're going to learn a little bit more about how he integrated that into an episode that he just had last Friday. So we really appreciate it, Tom, for opening up your home and letting us take a moment to talk to you. What the heck happened?
Well, riding with a friend on a bike trail and coming up to a little left-hand corner, and I instantly had a flat front tire. And I didn't know it was flat at the time, but we put together the pieces afterwards. And as I turned into the corner, the front tire just exit stage right, and I was thrown on my left side. And I hit my head pretty hard.
Oh my gosh. Now, you showed me your helmet, and at first glance, I saw the top of it, and it looked like it was in pretty good shape. But then you flipped it over, and hopefully you guys can see this. It snapped in 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's a crack here, a 5th location in the parietal region of the skull. Probably the worst place to take an impact if you're going to hit your head. We have a lot of bone mass here in the front and a lot of bone mass in the back, but these side parietal areas are not equipped to take smacks this hard. Why do you wear this is obvious why you wear a helmet, but what's your understanding of what this helmet did for you?
Well, I'm no expert, but it probably saved my life. That's what I'm looking at. I hit really hard. I've taken some hard hits. I've had a few concussions in other sports, and I know it's you have to wear a helmet because you never know. And this incident, it happened so fast. I didn't have time to brace myself or prepare for impact. One minute I was leaning into this corner, the next minute I was sliding on my head.
This was a cement trail, or
like
a
asphalt.
Asphalt
trail.
Okay. Now, you have other injuries. You came out of it with a concussion?
Concussion, and I broke some ribs.
Broke some ribs?
And I got a pretty good case of road rash on my left side. But the good point is that my ribs hurt so bad, I don't even notice the pain from the road rash. It's really...
Wow. Very fortunate. You were telling me before the interview that back in the days when you were taking emergency medical training for your employment, you really bought into the preparedness fact, having equipment with you in preparation. But you were thinking that this preparation was going to be probably for somebody else, right?
Yeah, I always carry a little first aid kit, which you can put together easily and fits right in your pocket of your cycling shorts. And basic things, gloves and antiseptic wipes, some 4x4s, some gauze, just in case I come upon somebody who's had an incident. Maybe I can render some first aid, some help.
Yeah.
But it wasn't supposed to be for me.
It wasn't supposed to be for you.
No.
Now, obviously you're a believer in helmets. You're also a skiing enthusiast, I hear. We talked about that, about the fact that you and a friend of yours actually got launched on the top of a pretty good ski mountain by helicopter and was
Yeah.
able to ski out of that. Now, do you share the same philosophy of wearing a helmet while skiing?
I sure do. I didn't come to the realization right away, but I've had a few concussions skiing before, and now I wear a helmet too.
Okay.
But so I've been wearing a ski helmet for maybe 5-6 years now, and I've never used it once.
Never had to use it.
Never had to use
It's like
it
insurance,
once.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah. I
It's
call
like
that
insurance.
Murphy's Law. Boy, if you're not ready for him, he's right on your back.
Yep.
Now, is it more and more common to see people wearing helmets while they're skiing?
Yes, it is. Education.
Yeah.
And they're a little warmer too
Sure.
than a wool hat.
Sure. Are they specifically for skiing? Are they more like the ones that you'll see like in the Olympics where people are wearing helmets to go downhill and stuff like that? Or
Yeah,
is it...
there's a specific type of helmet.
Okay.
Usually it integrated with goggles.
Okay.
It's molded to fit a pair of goggles.
Okay. And you picked yours up at any ski place? Or okay.
Sure.
Oh, good.
They're about the same cost. I mean, you can spend a lot of money on them if you want to, but
Sure.
you don't have to.
Yeah. Well, that's wise.
The snow is usually pretty hard. There's a lot of icy passages here in the north, and
Right.
if you hit that ice with your head, it's just like concrete, really.
Yeah. Well, I know this just happened Friday. I know you're in quite a bit of pain. You're here recovering. I really appreciate you taking this time to share your story. You know, the Benjamin Franklin saying, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. The fact that you had this on, you know, thank God you're still here and you're having an actual lucid conversation with me.
We went to church Sunday, and I said a couple extra prayers, thanking the Almighty that I had the wherewithal to wear that. So.
Yeah, you know, in that same vein, we just went across the country, my family and I, out to Wyoming for a vacation. And not all states have motorcycle helmet laws.
Mhm.
Now, you were going about what speed on your bike?
My friend's computer said 17 miles an hour.
Well, 17 miles an hour versus 65 miles an hour. And yet we still see cyclists without helmets on. You know, it's
They're playing Russian roulette.
they
I
really
think.
are. They really are.
It just takes one sandy patch or
A deer.
one deer or a
Yeah.
dog running out in front of you. So
Yeah. Well, Tom, thanks again. I hope for your continued recovery, and thanks for sharing this time with us.
you're welcome, Roy.
Well, I hope that was helpful. You know, we can learn a lot. And fortunately, when we have situations like this, we get to learn at the end of a happy story. And not all rescue situations end happily. But for this case, Tom used his head in more than a way of wearing a helmet. He thought before he acted. And that kind of prevention can make all the difference in the world. Again, I hope this helped. Until next time, this is Roy on Rescue. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
This is not the warm-up round. This is not a trial heat. It can't be repeated when your time is gone. This is not an infinite resource or the prelude to a starter course.